Hi everyone, this is RJ at Astig Vegan for yet another Ask Astig Vegan, where every Tuesday I answer your questions about the recipes on the blog AstigVegan.com and here on YouTube. For the first question, it's about the buko pandan recipe. Now that recipe is available on Astig Vegan but not here on YouTube, so I will leave that link for you above so you can go ahead and check that recipe out. The question is from Dana Grace Sanchez, and she asks, "Hello, can I use gelatin powder instead of agar-agar? There is no agar-agar available here in our supermarket. Thank you." As a vegan, unfortunately, I cannot recommend you to use gelatin powder because gelatin is not vegan. Although it looks like it has no milk, no meat, but it's not vegan because it has animal byproducts from bones, ligaments, skin. So it's definitely far from being vegan. So be very cautious about that. There are other products that may have gelatin, so you want to look out for those like marshmallows, jams, and jellies. So just check the ingredients list just to be sure. I use agar-agar as a great alternative, and you may actually find it at Asian grocery stores. Agar-agar is a type of seaweed that has a gel-like substance. So it's plant-derived and is a common ingredient in Asian cuisine, including Filipino cuisine. In fact, when I was growing up, that's what I was used to eating. You know, I knew Jello from using agar-agar, and you could find it at the not the produce section. Basically, it's in a packet, and the brand I like is Telephone. You could check, those Asian supermarkets in your neighborhood. But if you cannot find it at all and you're just not having any luck, I will leave a link for you below so you can order online. So hopefully where you live you have access to Amazon or other online sites that has agar-agar powder. The second question is about the kare-kare recipe. Now that recipe is on the blog as well, but also it's not in a cooking show format, but it's here on YouTube. I did this demo not so recently, at this food festival called Savor Filipino, and I'm so happy that it went well, but also my friend was able to videotape it, and that demo is available here on YouTube, and you can watch that so you can watch the recipe and how the whole thing unfolds. The question is from Karina, and her question is, "Hi, just found your blog. What can I use as a substitute for banana blossom? I've scoured the Asian markets here in Seattle and haven't been able to find it." I'm so sorry that you couldn't find it in Seattle. They're also available in canned version, so banana blossom in can. There's a good thing and a bad thing about that. So the good thing is that banana blossom actually takes few steps to prepare, like artichoke, before you can cook with it. If it's already in can, it's prepared for you, so you don't have to do those steps and you can just go ahead and cook with it. Now the only thing is that you may have preservatives, so hopefully the ones that you will find will have natural preservatives in brine, so that should be fine. In fact, I've used canned banana blossom in making adobo, and that was wonderful. So feel free to check the section under the canned vegetables section first. Maybe it's there. Now if you just cannot find it at all, you're just not having any luck, I will leave a link for you below to the Amazon link to buy canned banana blossom. If you are hesitant going that route, feel free to just leave the banana blossom out of the recipe. It's mainly there for texture, some kind of flavor, but it doesn't have to be there. If it won't break, or it will still be kare-kare without it. The main important thing is that you have these three ingredients, and that is ground peanuts, ground rice, and vegetable broth. So those three things are the most important ingredients in the recipe. If you can find banana blossom, great, that's wonderful. It's it's there mainly for texture, but if you cannot find it, don't be discouraged. from making kare-kare, feel free to go ahead with the recipe without the banana blossom. The third one and last one is the one about Longganisa, and that one is the Longganisa recipe. I'm happy to share with you guys. It has been recreated so many times, and I've been posting the recreation on my Instagram account. So thank you so much for trying the recipe, and I hope that you've been enjoying it. But there's this question from GB, and it says, the sausages burned very bad and did not hold together. I put in way more breadcrumbs that the recipe called for. Any suggestions? I suggest to make sure to use extra firm tofu. The key is make sure that the tofu is super extra firm. It doesn't have that much water. If it does, just press or squeeze it using a paper towel or clean cloth. So that's the key. If you don't want to deal with that, pressing and squeezing the tofu, you can leave it aside, have it press itself by doing an improvised tofu press. So put the tofu on a colander, place a plate on top of the tofu, place a heavy weight on top of the plate, like, I don't know, books or canned goods or a mason jar. So basically heavy weight on top of the plate so that while you're away, it's pressing out all the water and moisture out from the tofu. And you can leave that in the sink so it can do its thing. And then you can just go back and then go ahead and, with the recipe, make the Longganisa. If you still don't want to deal with that thing, then with the process of pressing and, drying the tofu, then use super extra firm tofu. The brand that I like is from Hodesoy. It's very firm. In fact, I don't need to press anything. It's ready to use. It tastes great. And if you cannot find Hodesoy, other brands like Wildwood, Tofu, you also have super extra firm tofu. And I will leave those links for you below so you can check these brands out. And you can order online if you want. But I believe certain stores like Whole Foods, Rainbow Grocery, and even Farmers Market or even Costco have these brands. So check those stores as well. And if you still cannot find these brands, or if you don't want to deal with pressing the tofu or doing an improvised tofu press, feel free to still go ahead with the recipe. I have in fact used the soft Longganisa. If it doesn't hold together, I've used it as replacement for sausage crumbles. So I've used the Longganisa crumbles on top of my pizza. I've used Longganisa crumbles in my burritos, tacos, on top of crostini. So many ideas, the creative ideas to use Longganisa crumbles. So feel free to explore the possibilities. Like I said, those are just few ideas that I've come up with. Another follower, he or she even posted it on Instagram and made the the Longganisa crumbles and put it in a wrap. It looks so delicious. So have fun with it. And I hope that answered your question in those 3 questions in today's Ask Astig Vegan. If you have more, just let me know. Feel free to leave a comment below. I'm looking forward to answer your question and make you feel more confident to try these recipes in the kitchen. Thanks so much for watching. This is RG at Astig Vegan, letting you know Filipino food can be vegan, healthy, and delicious without losing its soul. Let's cook and kain na. Let's eat.